Welcome. For this particular journey, we're actually exploring a new, more in-depth approach to book coverage. We're calling it an extended summary.
Right. So unlike our usual reviews, which tend to offer a pretty focused analysis, this is going to be much more comprehensive.
Exactly. We'll be tracing the intellectual roots, the key arguments, and, the real-world impact of the subject.
Oh, we really want your feedback on this. If you find this expanded format useful, please let us know. It'll help us shape what we do going forward.
Definitely. Now, imagine this. A world where the most dangerous secrets are hidden just right out in the open, where a seemingly ordinary housewife, a mother, actually holds the keys to, well, shifting global power.
It sounds like fishing.
It really does. What if we told you that during World War II and then deep into the Cold War, a woman known to history just as Sonya was doing precisely that, influencing history from a quiet English cottage?
It's an astonishing true story. And you are experiencing a unique two-host AI conversation powered by Google's NotebookLM, designed for these deeper, more dynamic book summaries.
That's right.
Today, we're diving into the remarkable life chronicled in Ben Macintyre's fantastic book, Agent Sonya, Moscow's Most Daring Wartime Spy.
A great read.
Oh, absolutely. And it's not just a spy story, though it is thrilling. It's meticulous historical nonfiction that genuinely reads like a novel. It reveals how one woman really helped shape the 20th century.
So our mission today is to give you that comprehensive summary. We want to highlight Ursula Kuczynski's intellectual journey, unpack Macintyre's arguments about espionage itself.
And explore the impact, the real-world impact of Sonya's work. All without spoilers, of course.
Right, no spoilers. We'll look at her origins, her incredibly daring operations across continents, and the quite extraordinary circumstances that let her operate for decades.
Often right under the noses of the world's most powerful intelligence agencies.
It's a story that just makes you question everything you think you know about that period.
It really does.
So let's start with the woman herself, Ursula Kuczynski, codenamed Sonya. She wasn't just any spy. She was a top Soviet intelligence officer.
Yeah. And her work spanned continents, decades, profoundly influencing World War II and the early Cold War.
And what's so central to Macintyre's telling is her double life, right? This dedicated communist revolutionary posing very convincingly.
As a dutiful housewife and mother, living this secret life completely in the open.
It's mind-boggling.
That contrast, that contradiction, is what makes it so compelling. Macintyre really portrays her life as this intense personal drama.
Yeah, raising a family, managing relationships.
While simultaneously being this critical window into the hidden networks of 20th century geopolitics. Her activities were just vast.
Recruiting agents.
Conducting complex operations, transmitting critical scientific secrets.
Yeah.
Especially atomic intelligence.
Which changed everything.
Absolutely. That information profoundly altered the post-war world order. This wasn't just about passing files. It was about reshaping the global power balance.
And the sheer scale of the setting. It's global. The book takes us from Berlin in the 20s and early 30s.
Through Shanghai, Poland, Switzerland.
Before finally settling in, of all places, rural wartime England. It's quite a journey.
It is. And Macintyre doesn't just trace her locations. He paints this vivid picture of the whole social and political backdrop.
You really feel the chaos of interwar Europe.
The rise of fascism, the ideological battle between communism and Western democracy. It's all there.
And what's so striking is how her cover, Mrs. Burton, let espionage thrive in the most mundane settings. A Cotswolds village.
Exactly. English country lanes, suburban houses, local markets.
Yeah.
They all became part of the clandestine stage. Secret transmissions, dead drops.
All masked by this veneer of domesticity. Her everyday life was the perfect cover, ironically.
It really shows how perception can be weaponized, doesn't it?
So looking back at her early life, what put Ursula on this path? She came from this secular Jewish intellectual family in Berlin, born 1907.
Right, a background that encouraged critical thinking. She was drawn to leftist politics quite early on as a teenager.
But what was the turning point? What really solidified her commitment to communism?
Macintyre highlights a specific, quite brutal incident. A violent encounter with police during a May Day demonstration back in 1924.
Ah, okay.
It wasn't just politics anymore. It was visceral. It ignited this fierce dedication. Then, her marriage to Rudolf Hamburger, their move to Shanghai.
That was key.
Absolutely key. Because it was in Shanghai, amidst all that international intrigue, that she was recruited into Soviet intelligence by the legendary Richard Sorge.
Wow, Sorge himself.
Yes. He saw her potential, and that's when she became Sonya.
And from that point, her career just took off. Across China, Poland, Switzerland, she became an expert in wireless comms.
Which was cutting-edge stuff then.
And crucially, in running other agents. Building and managing networks, that takes real leadership.
It does. And her achievements were extraordinary, especially for a woman in that era, in that world. She became a colonel in the Red Army.
Which was incredibly rare.
Very rare.
All
It
right.
shows how valuable she was. And perhaps even more impressive, she survived Stalin's purges.
That's amazing considering how many operatives were recalled and, well, eliminated.
Exactly. Macintyre argues it wasn't just luck. It was her proven success, her deep ideological commitment, which deflected suspicion, and this uncanny political skill. She knew how to navigate the treacherous internal politics.
She consistently delivered results.
Results they couldn't ignore.
Which brings us to World War II and her posting to England, living undercover in the Cotswolds as Ursula Burton.
Just another wife and mother.
Seemingly unremarkable. Why was this cover so effective, especially during wartime?
Well, it was arguably her masterpiece.
Hmm.
Her role there was absolutely vital. She managed a network, and crucially, the atomic scientist Klaus Fuchs was part of it.
Fuchs, the key source.
The key source. Through him, she sent Moscow critical intelligence about the Allied atomic bomb project, the biggest secret of the war.
But the balancing act must have been incredible.
Oh, McIntyre details it vividly. Clandestine meetings, dead drops, risky wireless transmissions from her attic, all while raising children and under constant threat.
The stakes were immense.
Absolutely. The information she passed helped the Soviets develop their bomb much faster, fundamentally changing the post-war world.
Yeah.
Individual actions having global consequences.
And her tradecraft was tested constantly, wasn't it? She evaded the Chinese, the Japanese, the Nazis, MI5, MI6 for decades.
It's remarkable. McIntyre gives us these tense moments, intercepted messages, compromised agents, surveillance tightening.
Yet she always slipped away. How?
Her cover held firm. And McIntyre really emphasizes how the era's gender stereotypes played a role. A woman, a mother, was often underestimated, overlooked by the male-dominated intelligence world.
Her very ordinariness was her shield.
Exactly. Even when suspicions arose, like with Millicent Baggett at MI5, her apparent domesticity often deflected deeper scrutiny. It shows the power of exploiting expectations.
So after the war, the Cold War begins, and she makes another incredible move. She gets out of Britain.
Successfully extracts herself, yes. Even after Klaus Fuchs was arrested and tried, she avoided prosecution.
How did she manage that?
Just exceptional foresight and planning. She relocated to East Germany, eventually became an author under the name Ruth Werner.
And she was never betrayed.
Never. Which is extraordinary in the world of Soviet espionage. She survived the purges, the operational dangers, the political shifts. A truly significant legacy.
So let's talk about her persona. What was Ursula Kuczynski, Agent Sonya, actually like? McIntyre describes her physically as thin, elegant, reserved.
A master of identities. But beneath that, highly intelligent, multilingual, technically brilliant, especially with radios.
A crucial skill.
Absolutely. And character-wise, this fascinating mix, fierce dedication to communism, but also incredibly pragmatic and adaptable in the field.
And her personal life, multiple marriages, children.
Right. Married to Rudy Hamburger, then Len Burton. 3 children. McIntyre shows how family life complicated things immensely, but also paradoxically.
Provided the perfect cover.
Exactly. Allowed her to blend in, seem harmless, and unlikely but devastatingly effective agent.
The book also brings other characters to life, doesn't it? Like Richard Sorge, who recruited her.
Klaus Fuchs, her most valuable asset.
And even Millicent Baggett at MI5, who suspected her but wasn't listened to because of gender bias, adds real depth.
It does. It shows the whole ecosystem she operated within.
Speaking of uncovering fascinating stories and insights, this might be a good moment to mention Mindful Moments. That's our YouTube channel where we offer AI book analysis, summaries, and critiques. It's all designed to inspire reflection and rational thought.
A great resource. And back to McIntyre's craft in Agent Sonya, it really is superb. He uses a linear, chronological approach, which helps follow her complex life.
But it's not dry at all.
Not at all. He blends the history with personal drama, using a third-person view, and crucially, he draws on her own writings, diaries, letters.
That adds real intimacy, doesn't it?
It does. You get glimpses of her inner world. The book feels, well, cinematic. Lots of action, dialogue, suspense. He prioritizes the story.
Right. The writing is so accessible even when dealing with complex history, but you know it's deeply researched. You feel immersed in that world of mid-century spying.
Without getting lost in technical jargon. It's history brought vividly to life.
So what are the core themes Macintyre explores?
Well, on the surface, you have ideological commitment, the clash of political systems, the role of gender in spying, survival against the odds.
And the personal cost. That double life must have taken a huge toll.
Immense. And the book really digs into how her beliefs drove her actions. She wasn't a mercenary. She was a true believer.
It also clearly shows how her gender was both cover and obstacle.
Right. Underestimated by opponents, but also facing bias within her own side at times. And ultimately, Macintyre makes the case that the secrets she stole, especially the atomic ones, genuinely reshaped global power.
You really grasp the weight of what she did.
Absolutely. And it's no wonder the book was a New York Times bestseller, got rave reviews everywhere.
Named a Best Book of the Year by Foreign Affairs, Kirkus.
Loads of places. Reviewers loved the research, the narrative drive, and this revelatory portrait of a woman who chased history from the shadows.
A hidden figure brought into the light.
Precisely. So, to sum up, Agent Sonya gives you this comprehensive, fact-driven look at Ursula Kuczynski's incredible life, her actions, relationships, the historical context.
It's a gripping spy story, but also
a nuanced human exploration of one of the 20th century's most important covert operations.
thinking about Sonya's story just makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How often do the really influential people in history operate totally unseen, protected by just how ordinary they seem? And what other hidden histories are still out there waiting to be found?
It's a fascinating thought.
Well, if this in-depth summary has piqued your interest, remember you can go even deeper. Just click the link on screen for our detailed book critique.
And please do subscribe, share this with others, and you can purchase this fantastic book using the link provided.
Keep thinking rationally about the forces shaping our world.
And see the many genre-based book podcasts at Mindful Moments. Subscribe and nourish your mind on the go.